Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Shane Dryer here, or Story Times of Crimes. I usually do it the other way around, Story Times of Crimes or Shane Dryer, but I did it wrong, and I really don't care. So I'm going to be telling you guys about the one and only time that I tripped on psychedelic mushrooms. As I said in the previous video, I am going to rehab, and I most likely won't trip for another 5 to 10 years, and I won't be smoking pot anymore. I don't want any more money coming out of my pocket. I want to make smarter, better choices, and truthfully, yeah, don't ever take DMX. And that's in that those quercetin pills I took. That's in that. It's an extremely psychoactive, extremely strong psychoactive chemical, and I'm lucky I came back from that because I thought my body had left on acid. Oh no, there were points on this where I was tripping absolute utter balls. I mean, I have left reality, and that's why I'm going to rehab, and that's why I am not doing drugs ever again. If I do anything, I will do psychedelics, and that's it. I'm done. I want money in my pocket. I don't want no more stupid shit. And truthfully, it's to a point where I've been smoking so long that when I get high at this point, I get greenouts almost instantly. Unless I'm by myself, I don't enjoy the high. This is getting really out of hand. And I don't want it to get out of hand because I want to do my band and I want to get a job and get my own place and be happy, and I feel like I can be happy without doing drugs. Anyways, with all that aside, I just want to show you guys, if you've never done drugs before, do me a favor and don't ever do it because you'll get hooked on the feeling, and eventually it will back you into a corner if you do it long enough. And I've been smoking pot for 10 years and I've spent at least easily 10 grand on pot. You will start to skits out. Like some people recently have been calling me a schizophrenic because you will start to skits out after a while. You won't know you'll know what's right and wrong. Like obviously no stupid shit, but it'll get to a point where you won't be able to live in reality. You'll start isolating yourself. Anyways, without further ado, let me get into this. So, my biological parents, you may or may not know, but I am adopted, and I had taken a 23andMe DNA test. I am mainly German, mainly Polish, a little bit Russian, and then I have a very small bit of Irish and English in me, which I actually that 2% Irish and English, so the total of 4% comes from a man named Richard Warren, and he's actually a descendant of mine, and I will make sure to have pictures of my family lineage afterwards. At the end of the video, just for a cool little tidbit, but this shit was wild. So I'd only met my biological dad a total of 2 times before this incident, and the last time I saw him was when this happened. So I don't know what it was, but I was just randomly thinking. I was like, oh man, I should hit up my dad. I hadn't seen him in almost a year, and I hit him up, and he was like, oh, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, we could watch the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl was Super Bowl 2021. And I went to his house, and this dude, okay, this man's decided to tell me that my behavior was abnormal after this guy let me hit his bong. And let me tell you, I can't even exaggerate when this dude, if you've ever been to the grocery store and seen those cheese balls containers, those giant barrel-sized containers, this motherfucker pulled out a glass jar filled to the brim with marijuana and just started handing it out. And I was like, okay, holy shit, Jason. And I took 40 hits off his bong, 40. And this motherfucker comes over to me, sees me starting to skits, green out, and he says, tilt your head back. And let me tell you, my dad was in prison he wasn't in prison. I had actually been, and it's still wired in my mind, but I was just recently told, this is why you shouldn't do drugs, because you'll start to start getting real retarded. Sorry, that word is derogatory, and I don't mean it like that, but you know what I mean? You will get, you will start losing your faculties. You'll get paranoid too. But yeah, this dude, he was in jail for a while, and he was in the military for 3 years, and this dude does asbestos removal. I mean, my dad and I have big balls, okay? We are ballsy motherfuckers. And he has me tilt my head back, and I trust him. He's my own father, I mean, I know my own mind. I'm a pretty healthy individual. I mean, I've been getting a little unhealthy because of the drugs, but I'm fixing that. He pours half a bottle of 100% THC extract in my mouth. And when I say I was so high I couldn't even focus on the game, like, dude, the ads for the football game started to get trippy. I could tell they were watching this. And you know what the funniest part to me is? You can call me delusional, but the funniest part to me it was one of the ads at the very end. It said, "Now watch, only one of them will give in." Is what the ad said, and I fucking quote. I mean, I was like, whoa, dude, this is fucking wild. And we went and picked up a pizza, and then it came time for my dad to bring me home. And you know what's funny? My dad, and I think he was just trying to help me, but he was kind of bullying me and taking advantage of me being high. And he called me a pussy because I only ate 2 pieces of pizza and he ate 5, and he told me my behavior was abnormal and that I'm small, which he's kind of right. I mean, I have a lot of growing to do, and I have a lot more hardening up to do. And not doing drugs will be a part of that process. But this dude came out with a bag, I'd say probably 6-7 grams of shrooms, and plopped it in my lap and said, "Enjoy responsibly," is what he said. And I was like, okay. And this was at the time when my adoptive mom is home now, but this is at the time when she wasn't home. I posted it on my story. And let me tell you, I'm a ballsy motherfucker. I went into the hood of Buffalo, New York, tripping on mushrooms. So I hit up my friends, and they're quote unquote gangsters, but like, they're not gangsters compared to the people that we went and saw. I mean, these people are fucking gangsters, okay? Like, dangerous people you shouldn't be hanging around. And I mean, the trip was just, you literally have to take a mushroom trip, and I don't suggest it on my worst enemy, but you have to take a trip in order to understand what it's like. But you can trust me when I say I was fucking tripping. We split, so I took about 3 grams, which for my first dose was pretty heavy, I mean, I was tripping decently, it wasn't a hard trip. Like, I've tripped way harder, like on the DMX, but it was a decent trip. And I'm sitting in a trap house. There's just a bunch of holes around me, but normally I'd be like, yeah, smacking some ass and shit. But you know what? This time around, I wasn't. I was tripping so hard, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I mean, I was mute in there, like, I wasn't freaking out, I wasn't scared of the gang members per se, but I wasn't trying to piss them off, and I figured I was tripping so hard I might as well keep my mouth fucking shut. And so and we stayed there for about 2 hours, and then they drove me home, and I just finished the trip, and it wasn't that bad. But that was basically the first and only time I've tripped on mushrooms, and truthfully, I'm not going to say the next time I'll trip, but I will definitely, because I'm getting my own place, because I have people stalking my YouTube channel that are trying to give me hell for it. So yeah, but yeah, please subscribe, like and subscribe. I love each and every one of you. I really do, I can't cap, I want to take this band to the top. As much as I hate people as a whole, I still want to accept people. I still want to make trippy music, and I still want to love people from a distance on a stage, and see some fans, it's just because all the shootings recently and all the drugs I've taken, I've been a bit paranoid recently, but I'm deciding to do good for myself and stop taking these drugs. And I suggest that anybody who takes drugs heavily or hasn't taken them to either not take them or get off them, because drugs will bring you fucking nowhere in life. And truthfully, I don't need to trip ever again to be satisfied. I mean, I know I am ready to take on anything. I am fucking ready, and I am a trippy vibe already, and I don't need any more psychedelics, let me tell you. And I'll take some psychedelics in the future, but I need to get stable, need to get a house or an apartment and a steady job and a steady income, and I'm probably going to go back to school too and stay off the drugs and just go back to college and do things the right way, and I suggest you should all turn your life around. Use this channel as an example, not as an influence, is what I want to say. So yeah, I'm going to leave this at 10 minutes exactly. Like I said, I love you all. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. Yeah, please do good with your lives. And let's bring this world back to a normal state. Peace, love, and happiness, and take it easy.